Hi everyone, Dave here from Churess Studios, and today's episode I'm going to be making some kimchi with Poc Choi that I harvest from one of my grow pipes. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest some of this Poc Choi that I have growing in my grow pipe. These grow pipes I design these and I make them and sell them in my Etsy shop, Churess Studios on Etsy, and I'll have a link under the video. Yeah, I'm going to harvest these. Usually I just cut them all the way down and harvest the whole thing, empty the pipe, clean it out and start something new. But today I'm going to try to cut them back and leave a couple of the bottom leaves and see if they'll grow back. Because that worked really well for my kale. It actually came back really vigorously, a lot of new growth, and I've had kale for a long time now. So I don't know if that'll work with this or not, but I'm going to give it a try. So we'll cut back some of these maybe, and I don't know how well I'm showing you guys this. I'll also show you guys the making of the kimchi, or close to my version of a kimchi anyway. So I'm leaving a couple of those bottom leaves just so the plant can still photosynthesize and maybe regenerate again. This one I'm going to have to take. So I guess you'd call this like selective harvesting. I love this Poc Choi. I don't know the variety, but Poc Choi is a really nice, quick growing crop that does very well in this hydroponic setup. These grow pipes are great for the greens, the herbs, anything like that. I think I'll take this one. So anyway, I wanted to show you how it looks, how the grow pipe looks after I've trimmed it all back. And like I say, I haven't done it with this, so don't know how that's going to do, but I'll come back and let you guys know in another video. For now, I'm gonna get this ready, and then we're gonna do the kimchi, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I have the Poc Choi all washed up, and I'm just gonna put it in this bowl. So this is by no means a recipe for kimchi. This is just how I'm doing it. I just kind of wing it, and it's always worked for me. So now I'm going to grate some garlic in here. I like to use the fine grate for the garlic. And I'll mix it all up later, so I'm not going to worry about too much about spreading it around. And when you get the end of garlic, it gets too small, just throw that in there too. Like I say, this isn't really a recipe, but it's just a general guide. It's just one way that I'm doing it. For more traditional kimchi, I think you use Napa cabbage. Sometimes they use other stuff, I guess. I do. And so that's the garlic. And I think I'll put a little carrot in there just for color and to help it go a little further. Plus the vitamins are good for you too. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera. The camera is kind of chest mounted with a bungee cord. So whatever you think is enough, I'm going to stop there. Clean off this side. And the salt, I'm using sea salt. I think you're not supposed to use iodized salt. And the amount, I'm just guesstimating, but if you put too much in, you'll slow down your ferment, and if you don't put enough in, I think the salt is what prevents the bad bacteria, so that you only have the more friendly bacteria. But there are plenty of recipes online for brine solution. I just kind of have an idea of what I need in there. And now I'm going to, I have some cayenne peppers that were for my hydroponic gardening last year. And I'm going to use those, some of those in here. And if you cut these up, please, you know, wear gloves, or at least make sure you wash your hands right afterwards, because they will irritate your skin and could burn your eyes if you rub your eyes. And I like to just cut them up with scissors. And the important thing with the kimchi is that you always want to make sure you pack your jars really well, and you get the, after like 12 hours, 24 hours at the max, you want to make sure everything is under the brine. And I have a little glass weight that's going to help me keep stuff down under the brine. And in the beginning, it takes a little while for the salt to draw the water out of the Poc Choi or whatever you're using. I'll give this just a little bit more salt. And that is basically it. I know, you know, one of the store brands I buy puts sugar, a little sugar in it, and I never do. But I'm going to try to just put a little bit in. I imagine it probably just gets the starter going faster, maybe. So just a little bit. And then basically you can just massage this up a little bit. And we'll just pack it right into a mason jar. I have a 16-ounce mason jar here. Pint size, I guess you call it. So you really can just pack, you'd be surprised how much you can pack in. You just have to keep on packing it down. I originally thought maybe I would use a quart, but you really, like I say, it compacts down so small. And this will sit on the counter. You have to burp this 2 times a day or leave the lid loose. I like to put the lid tight because I like the effervescence that it gets with the lid cap tight and just venting it twice a day. It gets a nice effervescent tang to it. So I'm going to clean this off and cap. I'll put my glass weight in there and cap it off, and we'll take a look at it. So here it is. And I'm going to put my glass weight in there. And that'll just help. The weight and the salt will draw the water out of the vegetables, and it will pickle in that brine. So now I'll just put this lid on. And I'll just leave this on the counter, and I'll make sure to release this twice a day, morning and evening. And you probably notice bubbling in the first, probably after about 12 hours or 24 hours, it'll start bubbling. And you can start eating it or testing it whenever you like. After that point, I usually let it go a few days, sometimes a couple weeks. And then you put it in the refrigerator, and it'll basically kind of just stop the growth. But there's a lot of good live probiotics in there for you. So there you have it. From the Grow Pipe, we have Poc Choi kimchi. Thank you all for watching. If you like the video, please leave a like, thumbs up, and also if you'd like to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. and hit the bell if you'd like notifications. If you'd like to help support the channel, please visit my Etsy shop, Chirez Studios, and the link is below in the description. Thank you, everybody. Happy growing.